about a shirtless man.
So I've got an exciting show planned this month. I appreciate you guys watching. If you remember last month, we started a project from a little toy car. Notice the truck's gone, the little toy's gone. That's because it's in the shop. And I'll show you that a little bit later. You know, it's funny, when you build a house, you have a blueprint. When you build a car, in this case, we have a toy to go after. So we've got the blueprint, the little toy, in the shop, and I told my guys to build me one.
Yep, we have an actual model.
And we're well underway with that car, or that truck.
Yep.
It really is looking good. David's hard at work on it. Past episodes, I told you about a Lotus that was coming in, a Lotus Elan. We've got that car here. We're close to being done with it. I want to show that to you today. We're going to spend a lot of time talking about the 56 Ford truck that we're building out of a model. And it is, my God, this is so much fun. I actually wake up thinking and dreaming about this truck. So this is so cool. I've got another mid-year Corvette in the shop, one you've never seen before, with some drivability issues, and we'll go back and talk about it. Also, Richard from the auction company is here, and I've got some questions. I want to look at the auction catalog, and I've got some questions. I've got some buyers I'm lining up to take to the auction, and with any luck, we'll have another car show up today that we've got to get ready. So, like I said, I've got an exciting show planned. We'll head back to the shop in a few minutes, but I think we're going to sit down with Richard and talk about this auction.
Sounds good.
Sound like a plan?
Crazy about a shirtless man.
I'm Henry County Sheriff Keith McBrayer. Telephone fraud is sweeping the South Metro area, and Henry County residents are being victimized. It starts when residents receive telephone calls from dishonest persons identifying themselves as law enforcement officers, court officials, computer software companies, or even say that they're from the Internal Revenue Service. Be cautious. This is an attempt to victimize you into paying hundreds or in some cases thousands of dollars. This is a fraud. Just hang up. The scam can be run by using a variety of fake scenarios to make you believe that you owe money to the law enforcement agency, to courts, or numerous other organizations. In some instances, someone will tell you that they represent a computer software company and that your computer has been hacked and that they can fix it for you. They want money to be put on a prepaid card or a credit card. Don't let someone convince you to give up your hard-earned money. Don't be a victim. Just hang up.
Get ready to taste the best barbecue at Henry County's annual Backyard Barbecue Cook-Off, benefiting Prevent Child Abuse Henry County. Come to the Jason Harper Event Center at Heritage Park in McDonough on Saturday, September 19th, beginning at 12 p.m. through 4 p.m. There's a cakewalk, live music, cornhole tournament, kids safety tips and prizes, moonwalk, face painting, and more. For ticket information, call 770-507-9900. That's Henry County's annual Backyard Barbecue Cook-Off. It's finger-licking good.
Choosing the right bank can be tricky. Should you go with a large bank, a small bank, or maybe somewhere in between? Sure, any of these choices can keep your money safe, but what do they actually do with the money you deposit? Larger corporate banks often use your money to finance projects in other cities or states, even other countries. But community banks keep your money local, investing it in projects that help your friends, neighbors, and small businesses nearby. It's simple. Investing in a community bank means investing in the community where you live and work. And Heritage Bank is the best choice for community banking in Henry, Clayton, and Fayette counties. When you bank with Heritage, your funds support local businesses and families that you know and trust. As the only community bank covering the Tri-County area, we work hard to build long-term, local relationships. Our lending decisions are made locally by folks who know the area. We're dedicated to helping our customers save money, and we're proud to invest in you. So bank locally with Heritage and support your community. Your neighbors and your wallet will thank you. Stop by your local Heritage Bank branch, visit our website, or give us a call to get started today.
Thank you for calling High Priority Plumbing. This is Brittany. How can I help you?
Yeah, do you guys have any ordained plumbers?
No, sir, but we have expert professional plumbers on staff 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Look, I have a plumbing emergency.
I understand, sir, and I will be glad to assist you with getting someone out to your home.
How soon can they get here?
I'm glad you called us for that got out of hand.
Oh, wow. Are you sure everything's okay?
Oh, yes, sir. We took care of it. Thank you for calling High Priority Plumbing. Because at High Priority Plumbing, our customers are our priority.
You are my hero.
Hello, I'm Joe Weeks.
And I'm Joya Davis.
Let's face it, no one goes to an attorney because things are going great. You come to us because you need help.
You need someone who will listen, someone who will understand.
Whether you've been injured in a car wreck or arrested for DUI.
Facing a divorce or considering adoption.
Here at the law offices of Joe Weeks and Joya Davis, we feel it's important to meet with you to help you find a solution.
To put your mind at ease.
We're here for you. Call us at 404-296-1444.
We'd love to hear from you.
For the last 30 years, I've had this crazy cloud over my head because of my teeth. And I seen this building, and it was a dentist's office. It looked so inviting that I took the number down. And in 2 weeks, I had a beautiful smile.
This is my dentist. I'm not going anywhere else. I had a bike accident. She was able to get my teeth realigned, and without a doubt, without her help, I am sure that I wouldn't have been as successful in having this smile back again.
Crazy about a sharp-ass man.
You know, one of the things about dealing with the auction, we've got our cars about ready. The supercharged car, my B4C car. Man, I'm looking at the auction catalog online, and I've got customers calling me asking me questions. I've referred them all to the catalog, but you know what? I found something that I want.
All right.
I found a motorcycle, out of all things. You know what I noticed? You guys have a farm tractor, a restored farm tractor.
A completely restored 1944 Farmall.
You know, there was a time where I restored farm tractors instead of dealing with cars. You know this auction thing? I get so excited about going to auction, taking cars. I love seeing the process. I just recently figured out you can look at this stuff online. You know, I'm just not a computer guy, but my wife, she's in there one day looking at the auction catalog. I said, what is that? Well, these are the cars that are coming to auction. I usually go look at the cars, inspect them, but I mean, I'm able to sit there and look online at Bidder One. That is really cool. But hey, let me ask you about the motorcycle. I know you've got plenty of cars. I see my Camaros in here. Both Camaros are there. And this, you know, this is an easy format to use, especially I don't use a computer. But one of the things
you know, they tried to design it for people like you.
The simpletons. But one of the things that caught my eye was this motorcycle. It was a Simplex. 1948 Simplex.
Service cycle.
That is cool. That is really neat stuff.
So you've been into bikes for a long time, and I'm not. So I don't know the history on it. I don't know the collectability of it, that type of thing.
You know, I see you've got some Cushmans for sale, but I'm going to tell you this. There's two motorcycles I still want to add to my collection. I've narrowed my collection down, but there's two collector motorcycles that I've always wanted. I want a Harley Hummer. It's a little bitty motorcycle. And I want a Simplex.
Okay.
They're hard to come by. You can find them up north a lot, but hardly in the south do you find them. And I don't know why that is. That Simplex motorcycle excites me. It's a small motorcycle. I like little motorcycles. Did I tell you what happened the other day? I jumped on my Harley Sprint, went to the gas station, rode it to the gas station, was putting gas in it. Some kids came up on a sport bike. I nodded heads, you know how bikers do. We're tough, we just nod heads, you know, move on. I kick-started the bike. Those kids flipped out. They'd never seen a kickstart bike. Yeah, they said, "What'd you just do?" I said, "Well, I started my bike." They think, all kids now, everything, you push a button and make it happen. Yeah, you turn the key on, prime the carburetor, and kickstart it, and they just thought that was the greatest thing in the world.
I'm guessing that back in 1948, when that one was built, the vast majority of the bikes, U.S. bikes anyway, were Harleys. I don't know if the Indian had passed on by then.
No, it was still there.
Was it?
I restored that car. There's a Plymouth in here I did several years ago. Out of all the cars you've got on the auction, what's your favorite? What are you really looking to see come through the auction?
There is a 1947 Lincoln that has been resto modded or street rodded that really, you know, turns me on. It's got that look about the outside design of the car, and then you got all the modern conveniences. You got power steering, power brakes, air, leather upholstery. Really was done well.
That is a beautiful car.
Yeah.
Lincoln's styling and design through the years, man, it was just always a notch above. And for that car to be resto modded, that means you can just get in it and go anywhere you want and enjoy the ride, you know? Speaking of cars, this 71 and this 67, I have a customer that wants me to go inspect those cars for him.
They're both great cars. They were in Mr. Willingham's collection for, I know the 67 he had for over 20 years.
Oh, wow.
And it's a numbers matching car. And I believe the same can be said for the 71, but I think there's been an engine change, but they have the original engine to go with the car, so it could be put back to numbers matching. That 1934 Ford four-door sedan, another car that he had for over 20 years that's been totally restored into a resto mod fashion. It's got an aftermarket TCI chassis, all Ford running gear, power steering, power brakes, air. It's an all-metal 34 Ford, Henry Ford body. Even the roof hasn't been filled. It's just like it came from the factory with the insert up there.
But it's a modern car everywhere.
Modern car, another gorgeous leather interior in it. For people that think all street rods have to be two doors, that four-door will change their mind. That is a beautiful car.
I don't have a problem with a four-door car, the right car.
Right, right.
I think week after this, that Monday and Tuesday, I'm gonna start bringing our cars up.
Well, we're excited about the auction overall. I mean, it's going to be up in Cumming, Georgia. First one that's been held up there in I don't know how many years, right off of Highway 400 on Browns Bridge Road. And the auction will be Saturday, September the 19th, start at 10 a.m. General admission's $5. So if somebody wants to come to look at some beautiful automobiles, watch an auction just like they see on television, it's a great opportunity.
Do I have to pay $5?
No, yours is 10.
Oh! It's a bad lick on me there. Listen, Richard, I appreciate you coming by. If you want to hang out,
sure thing.
You said something about a TCI chassis. We just built one.
Oh, did you? Okay.
We sure did. I'm going to tell you what, it's quality stuff. We just assembled it, and I'm going to take the TV back there in a few minutes and show them.
Every time I come here, I see something I like. There we go.
Well, that about does it, Miss Tanner. I got your gas heat service all hooked up and she's ready to go.
Good. They say it's going to get cold tonight.
Now, all you have to do to turn it on is push this button right here.
Is that gas I smell?
Would you let your yard man install your heating and air conditioning? If so, we're not for you. So give us a call today at Mike Vining Heating and Air Conditioning and let us install a comfort system that will save you money. My dad opened this company in 1979, so we truly are a family-owned and operated business. We install major brands such as Rheem, Goodman, Amana, and American Standard. We also service any brand out there. Our skilled technicians and competitive prices will ease your mind and save you money. We look forward to the opportunity to be of service to you and your family.
I knew I should have called Mike Vining.
Moy's Health Mart Pharmacy has been an important part of our community for over 30 years. Why not bring your prescriptions to a locally owned and operated pharmacy where we take pride in providing true customer service? Our pharmacists provide a unique combination of clinical expertise and personal attention. With 6 locations in Henry County, there has to be a Moy's Pharmacy near you.
Those great Bavarian nuts you've always loved are now available at all Moy's Pharmacy locations and drive-through windows. Come get yours today.
Moy's Health Mart Pharmacy, caring for you and about you.
Are potential customers passing you by? Simplify your marketing. Combine print advertising, direct mail, television, media, and internet to reach over 480,000 potential customers in the East Metro Atlanta area. No Brainer Advertising is excited to help promote your business in one comprehensive package. It's a no-brainer.
We want to welcome you to the House of the Redeemed. We want to welcome you to Biker Church tonight.
We have full-blown praise and worship for the kids, games, and all kind of lessons so that they can learn about Jesus.
And tonight I just want to let you know, in this house, you're loved and accepted and received just like you are.
If I can say one thing about Biker Church is that this is a safe, fun place for young people where they can learn how to live a radical life for Jesus Christ.
Now that doesn't mean the iron doesn't sharpen iron. Our job is to challenge one another and to grow in one another the things of the Lord. That's the reason all our services, you'll always see that we sit down and break bread together. We have a meal together. We get to know one another so that we earn the right to speak into each other's life. It's not just given to us, we earn it. Amen? Amen. Welcome.
Hey, I'm Shane, and barbecue is what I love. But my dream was to open my own barbecue place, and it all started in this tiny little shack. Today, we still make our barbecue the same way, every day, at every store. The finest meat, slow smoke, hand chopped, and piled high. Shane's Rib Shack.
So the things I wanted to show you in the shop today is this. You remember the little model truck that last month the customer dropped off the bill? That's what Carl's working on. Carl's working on the hood, the 2 doors, and the grill for that truck. Just outside the door is the cab that we're going to use. But in the shop next door, I've got something really cool to show you. But before I show you that, I want to talk about these 2 cars. So the Lotus Elan, you know, that's a little race car. He's actively raced that car. He's got his stickers on it and his number appliques. He's actively raced that car, banged it up a little bit here and there. We've actually refinished the bumpers, refinished the chin spoiler. We're redoing the grill. We've got the door off. The door had a delamination problem with it. Now these are little race cars. This is a 1969. Now you may look at it and say, well, that's a lot like a Miata. Truth of the matter is this is probably the predecessor to the Miata. A little race car that my client is going to retire from racing, so he sent it to us to spruce up, to go through, to fix miscellaneous problems here and there, and he's going to add it back to his collection. You'll notice this car's got racing seat belts, and this car's like driving a little go-kart on steroids. They are cool cars. They're meant to go fast, quick, they're nimble, cone bumping, racing like that. So it ain't a drag car, it ain't an all-out in straight line deal. But as far as that style of car, that's the stuff, man. Also told you we had another mid-year Corvette in the shop. Now the cool thing about this car, well, it's a Corvette. I mean, that's the cool thing about it. But the cool thing about this car is the guy that has it is not a car collector. He enjoys this car and he drives it every day. Now, unfortunately, he got some bad advice. He got some advice as to what carburetor to put on the car. So the 66 Corvette, the guy ended up with some bad advice. He got this monster carburetor, and I'll be quite honest with you. Bigger carburetor doesn't mean the car is going to go faster. He had such a big carburetor, he was shoving so much fuel down this car, he actually caused problems, washing out rings in this car. He was also advised to put a certain electronic ignition in the car. Now, I'm not going to tell you the electronic ignition was a bad idea, but the carburetor that he was led to put on the car was actually twice the size of the carburetor this car could possibly ever use, and it's caused some problems with internal workings of the motor. I hope to be through this engine and these problems within the next couple of days. I'm going to jet it properly for that car. So it's just a little quick turnaround, but it's a beautiful car to look at, you know. And it's an idea too that we just don't do full-on restorations. There's not much we don't do to these old cars. No matter how small the job is, if it's a collector car, we can handle it. And it's a car that he drives and enjoys. He's upgraded the car and put modern air conditioning on it. Even though it's a convertible, that's not a bad way to go. How about we go over to the shop next door and take a look at our little toy truck? You guys want to do that? Let's go take a look. So check this out. We've turned our toy truck in the workings of a real truck. David's over here today mocking up the bed of the truck. You know, it is so cool. Somebody has a vision to build a real vehicle out of a model or a toy. And we're doing it, man. We've actually got the model sitting back there to decide where to break the paint lines. We're having wheels manufactured to match that model. Now, when the customer came to us, his instructions were to build that truck life-size. But what did he tell us the other day, David? He wanted to make it look like robots had built it on an assembly line.
Robots and the machines had built it straight off the factory.
Like an assembly line project. And what David's doing now is he's mocking up the bed. We've actually, we ordered a chassis from California. The chassis came in with all the components you see not on it. So what we did was we mocked it up, we took it back apart, painted it, reassembled it. We've got the bed done, the fenders done, the tailgate, and the running board. That truck will be a 2015 1956 Ford truck. This is going to be a brand new truck when we're done. So now what's happening now is David is mocking up the fenders. He's going to bolt the fenders on the truck, and it'll come up with the width and the height of the tires that we can put on the truck. So that's what he's going through right now. This chassis is designed and built to have the 56 Ford body set on it in the original mounting position. The really cool thing about it is this. In 1956, it was a straight axle truck, so it had leaf springs. This is independent suspension. All of these components is nothing more than a modern suspension. In fact, the brakes on the truck are Corvette. So we've got, you know, a TCI chassis, a hand-built chassis to our specifications. We've already mocked it up and assembled it. We've got a Ford 9-inch rear end. We've got Corvette brakes. We've got a Corvette LS3 motor coming with an automatic transmission, and it's a Ford body. So it's really a resto mod. It is an ancient body and everything underneath it modern. And we're kind of picking and choosing from the best of all worlds as to what we think the combination will be to make that truck run, ride, and drive the best. The steering is power steering, rack and pinion. It's set up to take the exact same motor that is in his 66 Corvette, an LS3. You'll notice all of the brake lines are stainless steel and they're bent and built to perfection, going all the way back to the master cylinder, which back in 1956, the brakes were like this in the 56 truck, but they weren't power and they weren't dual master cylinder. Now you'll never get to see this again because once the cab's on, you guys normally see the master cylinder and power booster on the firewall. So I'm really excited about it. And I actually have that whole job planned out. There's no question about anything that's going in that truck. Of course, to make it happen in this time frame, that's the way it had to be. So every component is hand-picked for that truck. The cool thing about doing this is we was able to utilize and have the components built to our taste. It's got a Corvette brake system, but we used a Ford 9-inch rear axle. This is brand new. What I did was I had them build a 9-inch rear axle, positive traction with Corvette disc brakes. So we got the best of both worlds, man. I just kind of was able to pick and choose. You know, some things for cars, you know, you can go buy brand new parts. Some parts you can't buy brand new. So what we was able to do is we were able to get a brand new bed, brand new fenders, brand new tailgate, brand new running boards. You know, here's the deal. I have always tried to educate my customers on what their car will be worth when it's done. To be quite honest with you, sometimes building a car costs more than what it's worth. In this case, I think we're going to be right on the mark of what that truck's going to be worth. This is the cab that's going on that late model TCI chassis. Now, we've already disassembled everything. Carl's working on all the pieces. The next project coming Monday, the guys will start disassembling all this, and we'll actually pull this cab off of this old chassis. We'll start the body work. Now, I actually started this project years ago, so a lot of the body work's done, and it shouldn't be that big a deal to do it. The idea behind this truck is that it's an investment of somewhat, and I think that when we're done, when the appraisal comes in on that truck, we will be right there at what we've got in it, which, you know, you can go buy a new truck or you can build one the way you want it. We've already got the paint work started. We've got the black done, the silver done just like the model, and stress level is way up here on it too, brother. And we're kind of on a time crunch too. We've got to have this thing done by December 25th. It's got to be under the Christmas tree. I've never built a vehicle in 3 or 4 months, but we're going to find out if we can do it.
Mr. Goldman loved his family a lot, didn't he, Dad?
He sure did.
That's why he had State Farm life insurance, like you. So his family never has to worry, right?
Mr. Goldman didn't have life insurance.
Why not?
He was just a goldfish.
Ignore him.
Call State Farm agent Brian Andrews in McDonough today so your family won't have to worry about whether you have life insurance.
We put the life back in life insurance.
Toyota of McDonough is South Atlanta's place to be. You see our vehicles here, there, and everywhere. From Corollas, Camrys, RAV4s, Tundras, and Tacomas. Toyota of McDonough has what you want, hundreds of new and pre-owned vehicles. Visit us on the web, toyotofmcdonough.com. Toyota of McDonough is located off of I-75, exit 218.
Come to my daddy's store, Toyota of McDonough, where it's always the right price, right now.
Every girl crazy about a shot.
This is our anniversary Corvette. All the body work is done. The car is still apart. We've got all the pieces set in here, and tomorrow morning I'm going to come in and paint the car. It goes the anniversary silver with the anniversary charcoal on the bottom. Now, those are two special colors. You say, well, it's silver and charcoal, but no. In 1982, it was an exact color for this car, and it wasn't used any years after that. So I'm really excited about finishing this car up, and I hope to have this in an auction in October. But tomorrow morning I'm gonna come spray this car. I kind of get in my zone. I just absolutely love closing the doors, turning the booth on, hearing the roar of the fan, and spraying paint all day. I'm really looking forward to it. All in all, it should be a nice car. Should be a real nice car.
No combination of words I could say, but I will still tell you one thing: we're better together.